We as a country have argued about firearms for decades now, but that is not stopping Governor Kasich from trying to pass what he calls a common sense gun plan.
In an interview earlier this week, he told me he's championing this because it's, quote, really an important public issue. And certainly statistics suggest it is. If you just look at Cincinnati, last year saw 410 shooting victims. 59 of those people died. I spoke with a woman who understands that pain. Violence that played out states away hit terribly close to home for Ethel Guttenberg.
And this is Jamie.
Her granddaughter, who you see in this older family photo. This has to be precious to you.
Oh, absolutely.
Was one of the people killed in the mass shooting at a Florida high school on Valentine's Day. The pain lives in her eyes.
And it's very hard. And it's 2 months not going away. I don't think it ever will.
Her goal is to make sure other families don't feel what she's felt since February. So she's pushing for gun restrictions, not a ban.
We're not against guns,
but tougher ownership rules. It's why she supports Ohio Governor John Kasich's push to revise firearms laws in Ohio. The bill in play doesn't ban weapons models or raise a purchasing age.
There are folks who would say, I'd like to see an age limit.
I'd like to see it too. But what you want to do is you really want to have something that you feel you can get through.
So Kasich says he put Second Amendment advocates who wanted no changes with others who wanted significant changes.
And they came up with a package that I think meets right in the middle.
Here are a few of the provisions. If the bill passes, it would force the courts to update in a timely way all people barred from owning guns because of a violent crime history or mental illness. It would also call for the confiscation of weapons from anyone who the court decides is a threat. And penalties for anyone who buys a gun for someone who shouldn't have one would increase.
We need to make sure that people, in a respectful way, make it clear to legislators that we need to have more gun safety. That's what I can do.
But, you use gun safety, not gun control.
Well, I mean, I think words matter. And the problem is, this issue's not going to go away, unfortunately.
Because there will be
more violence. More violence. So you can only put your head in the sand for so long.
But the Buckeye Firearms Association says Kasich's plan isn't the answer.
The legislation strips rights from lawful people, and that's something that you can't stand for.
According to wording in the bill, if you've been convicted of any felony offense, even something nonviolent, you wouldn't be able to have a gun.
There are certain restrictions that are already in place. We need to make sure that these restrictions are being utilized to the best of their ability.
That's not good enough for Ethel, who misses her granddaughter.
Well, I know that Jamie's wish would be to be alive and dancing. Jamie's wish would be for nobody else to join her in the cemetery. It's terrible.
Ethel pointed out, if you look at the first 4 words of the Second Amendment, they say, a well-regulated militia. That's what she and her family want, more regulation. But as you heard some gun advocates ask, at what cost to gun owners?